Welcome to Mountainside. It's our honor to be able to present a virtual tour of our school and facilities. We are going to be your guides and show you around our school. We'll start from the outside facility and go over some of the structure of the building, then do a floor-by-floor walkthrough. Mountainside High School is located in Beaverton, Oregon, a suburb of Portland. The school was established in 2017 and currently serves around 1,700 students with the potential to serve up to 2,200. The outdoor facilities include a softball field, a hardball field, a football field, a mixed-use soccer and softball field, 8 tennis courts, parking for staff and students, as well as the main building itself. Mountainside is a 3-story building and has a basement level. Most of the classrooms are on the exterior wall of the building and feature abundant natural light. All throughout the building, you will find various displays, cases for awards, student clubs, and other accolades. For a brief explanation of student technology and classroom technology, we will turn to Steve Smith.
Welcome to the heart of the IT tech here at Mountainside. This is where we do all of the setup for printers, computers if they need to be reset or modified for any reason, we can do it here. And then for most of the job, it is repair of Chromebooks that have died because they've been dropped or otherwise broken, and we can replace every component from the screen to keys to the motherboard, and then we have to reconfigure them afterwards. And this is a very typical classroom that we have here at Mountainside. Every classroom has a big screen, high-def television with an Apple TV connected to the back, as well as every teacher is equipped with a collar microphone that they can use so that everyone in the classroom can hear in the front and in the back. And for any student-led activities, a handheld microphone is available to be passed around in every classroom as well.
On each floor, we have flex spaces where students can meet as groups to study or review notes. For our teachers, we have department offices. We have department offices for our Lang and Lit teachers, math teachers, science, individuals and societies, resource teachers. Welcome to Mountainside. My name is Natalie Lavosiere and I'm the principal here. I'm excited to give you a sneak peek into our building. As we walk in, we are walking into the main office. This is the entrance students come into. We have the main office in here, and back in there we have our health room. Once students come into the main office, they then come into our commons. This is the location where our students have lunch and they gather in the morning and after school. We'll start our tour in the basement. This is our lower level. In our basement, you will find a dedicated room for wrestling with padded floors and pull-up bars. In addition to our basement, this is where our athletic training room is here. Our athletic trainer supports our student athletes. We also have several classrooms here, several health classrooms. We also have a very well-equipped construction class where a number of our students engage in construction and woodworking. Also in the basement, we have the entrance into the main gym. We have our locker facilities as well as facilities for visiting coaches and referees. Once you enter into our building, you come into our first floor. Also on our first floor, right off the commons, we have a courtyard. On nice weather, our students sit out here. Our first floor holds a number of areas. This is the commons area for lunch. In our main office, we also have our attendance secretary, principal secretary, and main school secretary. On the first floor, we have our performing arts auditorium. We have our black box theater. We have an area for our students to create scenery. We have our band room for various sections of musicians. We have a professional grade recording studio. And we also have our choir room. We have one hallway for our leadership classes that also house some of our math classes. We have a weight room, a dance room, an indoor track. We have our athletics hallway, and we have several of our specialized classrooms. We have our custodial offices, and we have the area for our nutrition staff. Now let's move to the second floor. We have our business classes, which includes a small cafe run by our entrepreneurship class. In this area, we have our counseling offices, as well as our career center for college prep meetings and scholarship support. We have a state-of-the-art engineering room that includes 3D printers, robotics, and drones. We have the room for our digital film class, TV news, green screen, and sound equipment. We have our math classrooms. We have our science classrooms. We have the yearbook classroom. We have a lecture hall that doubles as a small movie theater. We have our culinary classrooms. We have our classrooms for computer programming. We have our classrooms for language acquisition. And at the heart of the second floor, overlooking the commons area, is the Commons and the Media Center.
Hello, my name is Mr. Nico, and I am one of the librarians at Mountainside High School. And I'm just going to take you for a little tour around our library space. So let's start right here. We have our outside display. Right now it has a lovely display for Black History Month, as you can see. And then let's go ahead and move on over to this side as we take a trip through our library. Here we are. All right. So if you come right with me this way, you can see on this side, this is actually the end of our nonfiction section here. So it's the 800s and 900s. And then right here, we have our biography section. And then if you move over to this side, you'll see we have foreign language books. We have books in Spanish, also books in French on that side. And then if you look over to this way, we have our computer center here for students to use for various things, printing, study, research. We have our furniture here, our tables that students use to read, study, and socialize as well. And then if you look at the middle sections here, we have all of our fiction sections. So this is horror, this is mystery, this is suspense, graphic novels here. And if you move over to this side, we have a huge fantasy collection. And then we have our tiny adventure collection. We have dystopian, we have science fiction, and then we also have a huge realistic fiction collection. Now, if you follow me this way, you'll see we have a lovely romance section here, and then followed by sports. And then on this side, we have historical fiction, verse novel, and then short stories, classic retelling, classics, and finally, humor. Gotta have a little humor. So on this side here, we have the beginning of our nonfiction section. So all our nonfictions are along the walls. And then right over here, we have all of our private spaces where students can work on, work on their projects in private. So rooms D, C, B, or B, C, D, right there. And then we'll move over here to our makerspace. This is our wonderful makerspace. Students come here to let their creativity shine, and there's a lot of materials to work with. So I hope you enjoyed the tour, and thank you so much for watching.
Second floor is also the office for our IB coordinator. On our second floor, we have the office of our LIT, our librarian, who also serves as our EE supervisor. We are now on the third floor. We have our art classes for drawing, IB art, painting. We have our ceramic classrooms that has kilns and wheels. We have our photography classroom, and we have our classroom for graphic design. Also on the third floor are our individuals in society classrooms, our Lang and Lit classrooms, our science classrooms, and to take a quick look at what a science classroom would look like, we're going to check in with Miss Sika.
Welcome to third floor, where we have half of our science classrooms. This is our chemical storeroom where we keep all the chemicals. As we move out through our stockroom, we keep all of our glassware here on the left-hand side. Over here on the right, we keep household and miscellaneous supplies. Important to keep our goggles clean, so we sanitize them in this goggle sanitizer that uses ultraviolet rays. As we move out into our classroom space here, we have our safety equipment on the right. So we have an eye wash, we have a shower, we also have a fire blanket. These are maintained on a monthly basis. We also have fume hoods in each of the chemistry classrooms to take up any noxious gases. And then as we go out into the classroom space, you can see that the students are seated cooperatively at their groups. And then the tables are sat adjacent here to our air and gas. So when we get ready to do labs, students can move to those spaces and do their lab work.
On the third floor, we have a satellite admin office. We are really proud of our Mountainside community, and we hope you enjoyed our tour. Thank you. Bye. Bye.